The article manager in Joomla is where you'll probably be spending a lot of your time. This is where all the pages in your website are created and managed. You'll notice at the top here, we can create new content items. We can edit them, we can publish, unpublish, we can label them as featured by simply checking a box and clicking featured. That will in effect post something to the home page of a website. We can archive items, we can check in, we can trash them. We've got some options that we'll go through in a second. And we've got a help button here. You'll notice we can get to categories really quickly. Here's all the categories on our website. And then here's the featured articles. And those are going to be articles that are published on the home page in some order based on our layout. As with lots of pages inside Joomla, you can filter the results that are on the page by a simple search term. So if we were searching for articles that we currently have that have the search term search in them, in the title tag, this is what it's going to return to us. When we want to clear that, we can get that out of there by hitting clear. Currently, we're not sorted by any method. We can sort all these results by published, unpublished, archived items, trashed items, things like this. So remember, when you trash something and you throw it in the trash, there's nowhere to go to view it again unless you sort this entire list and you choose to view the trashed items. Now there's two of them here, and we can actually put them back into the mix by selecting them and then clicking publish. Now what that's going to do is, when it does that, we need to make sure that we go back to our default view. So we're going to hit select status. And now you'll notice that both of these are back and they're published. We can select and sort this information here because currently we're viewing 20 items at a time. We've got about 80. We've got 4 pages of content, or 80 pages of content with 4 different data sets here, different pages. So we're going to go back to page 1. We can sort it all by category. We can sort it by the max levels. The max levels lets you show only items whose category is at or above the specified level in the category hierarchy. And we'll come back to that in a moment when we look at categories. But we can sort by access, only view registered, things that are viewed by registered folks or special. We can view by author and language. So that's how you kind of navigate around this page. You'll notice in the first column we have the title. This stuff is pretty self-explanatory. The status, whether or not it's published. Is it a featured item? If it's not, we can toggle this and make authentication, throw that into the mix of featured content items. And then when we want to just see the featured articles, we can go up there and click on featured articles and it's going to show us the ones that we have labeled. We need to come back, however, to remove it from the featured list. Unless we want to do that from here, we can tick the item and simply hit remove, and it removes it from featured articles. Back at the article page, we've got the ordering of the article, the access of the article, whether or not it's public, registered, or special, who it's created by, the created date, how many hits it's received, and the language and the database ID. At the bottom of this page, we've got a batch process again for selected articles. So if we wanted to copy a bunch of articles, we really liked the layout, let's say, or we wanted to change the access level on specific articles, we could do that here. We could set the language for the article, and we could select a category. We could move or copy things into another category. You can choose here if you want to move something from, these currently are in plugins, and display module category. We want them all to move to extensions. We're just going to click process. And now it moved all those into the extensions category. And if we want to sort it by category, now we've got these new items in here that were previously in the other category. So the article manager is an area you're going to spend a lot of time in, managing your content, organizing your content in specific categories, because when you're in a content item and you're in the piece of content, now you're going to assign it into a category. Now you're going to establish the status. Now you can establish the access and whatnot, and we'll get into that in the videos that are on these pages. So your content manager, your article manager is where everything around your content on your website, all your pages, that's where it all takes place. Thanks.